Hey friends, welcome back to another Dragonball FighterZ video. Today, I want to break down Rejump combos in a step-by-step fashion, breaking it into 3 different phases in hopes that maybe we can make this a lot easier to do, because I know for newer players this can be pretty hard. And trust me, we're not going to leave any stone unturned. So first, let's start by explaining what a Rejump combo is for anybody who might be new to the game, or maybe just doesn't know. Essentially, all a Rejump combo is a combo that begins, and somewhere during the combo, you're going to go from being in the air to landing on the floor, and then re-jumping back into the air for the rest of your combo. Now, typically this is done with a heavy attack that nails the opponent and gives you enough time to delay a super dash, where then you follow it up with an instant air dash medium, and then a little tiny micro dash into a jumping light attack, followed by the rest of the combo. Now we're going to break the Rejump combo into 3 different phases. Phase 1 is going to be the heavy attack into the delayed super dash. Phase 2 is going to be the instant air dash, followed by the jumping medium attack. And Phase 3 is going to begin while we're still mid-air, and that's going to have the dash input followed by the jump up input followed by the light attack. So let's kick this off quite literally with Phase 1 and start off with your standing heavy attack. From here we have to delay the super dash, and there's really 2 different major methods of going ahead and doing this. You can either press the super dash input right after the camera zooms out or right when it zooms out. That works perfectly fine, and the upside to this is it makes the super dash portion of this really consistent and easy to do. The downside of this is it makes Phase 3 pretty hard to do as the opponent is higher up since you didn't delay as much. The second method to delaying the super dash is to time the super dash input with the white special effect from the wall bounce. If you super dash right when that special effect pops up, the opponent will be much lower to the ground, you'll still connect the super dash, and it'll make the last part, Phase 3, just a little bit easier to land. Don't get me wrong, Phase 3 is still a pain, and I hate it, but it makes it just a little bit easier. That's the upside to it. The downside is you might find yourself dropping the super dash because you are super dashing at pretty much your latest opportunity. And when you factor in online lag, it just becomes a little bit more difficult. Also, keep in mind, you can super dash at any point between method 1 or method 2, but the amount of time between those 2 methods is so small to where you're pretty much going to be super dashing at method 1 or 2. At this point, your character is going to fly on towards your opponent, and right before we make impact, we begin Phase 2. But let's pause the video there and talk about how to practice Phase 1, which is pretty straightforward and simple. From a standing position, nail your opponent with a standing heavy attack, and make sure you're getting used to the delay super dash. Once you get comfortable landing that, now we can enter Phase 2. Pretty much right before you make contact, or as you're making contact with a super dash, you want to go ahead and double tap forward. This is going to buffer your instant air dash. Now, all buffering means for anybody who's new to the game is we're telling the game, hey dude, we want this input to come out. And the game's gonna say, no, you can't do anything, man. You're already doing something else. Hold up. We'll go ahead and input that command you want the millisecond we're able to, once you're done with this one. That's all buffering means. We're kind of pre-ordering the attack, if you will. The only caveat is we can't go ahead buffering entire combos here, right? You can only buffer 1 move at a time. So what this means is if you press your medium attack too fast, the medium attack is not gonna come out. You're gonna drop the combo. And that's why you really want to wait to buffer the instant air dash, either right as you're making contact or right before. That way, the timing will kind of line up just perfectly for you to press forward 2 times, followed by the medium attack immediately after, and it should come out just perfectly fine. If you got the timing down pat, you'll see your character hit the opponent with a super dash and immediately instant air dash after that, followed with the medium attack. And this will end Phase 2. But the question becomes, how do we practice this if we're having trouble with it? So the way I went ahead and practiced this in order to get used to the commands was just to literally super dash at my training dummy here and immediately buffer the instant air dash into the medium attack. Get used to that speed, get used to that motion, get used to buffering the actual instant air dash and then following it up with the medium. Once you feel comfortable doing that, then stack on the practice from Phase 1. Hit them with the heavy attack, delay the super dash, and then do the instant air dash medium, and see if you can get that reliably. If you can, then we're ready to move on to Phase 3. So right after the medium attack connects, and only after it connects, that part's important, you're going to want to double tap forward while mid-air. Once again, buffering that dash input. Now the way your button inputs are going to end up being timed is your forward command is going to happen while you're still airborne, and your up and forward command is going to happen right as you land on the ground. So depending on how fast you do the up and forward command, you may not see any of the dash, or you may see very little of it. This is going to throw us into the sky, where we're going to press light attack. Now phases 2 and 3 happen so quickly and so close in time, to where it almost feels as if you're pressing forward medium, forward, up and forward light. And for Phase 3, you're not going to have enough time in order to visually confirm landing on the floor. You're going to have to just get used to the timing of it all. You're not going to be able to sit there, wait to see your character land, press forward, up and forward into the light attack. That'll take far too long. So it really is more of a timing thing. But if you're looking at practice Phase 3, I got 2 different practices for you. First, we're going to have to learn how to long jump in place. So for those guys who are new to the game, if you stand in place and you just jump forward, you'll see that you don't really jump all that far. But if you get yourself a running start, you'll see you go the distance. Well, we can actually do that long jump from pretty much a standing position. And to do this, quickly double tap forward followed by up and forward almost instantaneously simultaneously after. If done correctly, you should see a very little bit of dash or no dash at all. If you can do that reliably, then this combo just got a lot easier. The second method to practice here is we're actually going to simulate the ending of phase 2. From a standing position, you're going to jump into the air, and on your way back down, while you're still airborne a little bit above the floor, you're going to throw out a medium attack, once again to simulate the ending of phase 2. Quickly after the medium attack, begin doing your long jump forward. So double tap forward, followed by up and forward, and see if it comes out the millisecond you land. If you can do that reliably, then you just connected phase 2 and 3 pretty easily. But that pretty much wraps up the Rejump combo. A couple things to keep in mind though. Not all characters can do this. Most of the cast can, but I think people like, I'm pretty sure Krillin can't do this. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. And Gogeta actually has 2 instant air dashes. But I also think he has different Rejump combos. Forgive me, I'm not a Gogeta main. Also, for Android 21 Lab Coat, she's got different Rejump combos, which I actually covered here on the channel, and you'll find them in the cards above and in the playlist at the end of the video. And also, if you're new to the game, don't feel the need to learn this. Rejump combos are great for super optimal combos and for corner carry, but if you're brand new to the game, this combo may not be for you. It's also not 100% necessary. So don't feel too bad. Don't feel like you're missing out on a crazy amount if you can't do this. But dudes, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys enjoyed today's video, if it helped you out at all, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and we can only do that with your guys' help. If you want some more combo tutorials, check out the playlist on your screen now. We got a bunch of characters in there, and we're constantly doing more based on what you guys request. So feel free to check those out if you'd like. But dudes, I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you lovely people back here tomorrow.